Shalom, what's the color lad? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Hashem HaKadosh. Brother and to the apostles of Great Millstone and Shalom to the Akim pushing the journey in sincerity and truth, to the sisters, believers, basic the Akim and the Akwat and children, that call upon the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Alright, more say Shalom to you as well. Alright, so this is just gonna be a quick lesson, on this video that Dabu 7 recently uploaded. And it's about the supply chain, crisis. Alright, now, and when things like this really have to pay attention to things like this. Even though we're not currently living in America, like most of the Akim, but we still have to actually keep an eye on things like this because this can actually affect us out here in Jamaica and even in the Caribbean as well. The fact that we are so close to America, and a lot of the things that we as we always say, Jamaica is a country that rely a lot upon imports. Most things, most consumables, are imported to Jamaica. Yeah, and we export less than we import, right? And with even things like recently, Jamaica being told to stay clear of China's 5G technology, from Huawei, you really have to keep a close eye on something like this, because it might just trickle down to the point, it might come to the point where certain things stop being imported to Jamaica, which can cause, because of the supply, the supply chain issue, this is something will affect a lot of people, not just America. It does affect Jamaica on a certain level, but it can become worse. Seeing there, it has potential to become worse. And as we know, this is something that's manufactured. This whole scene, it is manufactured, right? And them have an agenda, right? Which is why them do it in the first place. If you carry out them agenda. Alright, so we just go hear what I have to say, jump into some scriptures, and hopefully it edifying.
And again, people better have a plan. They better start to implement it right now. Everything is going through the roof, and the shortages are going to get worse. We are dealing with a massive staged event here. The global supply chain crisis here is going to go into a brand new chapter. You got to remember that during the first half of 2021, all the optimists out there were assuring us that by the end of the year, the pandemic would be over.
Right. So I must say, look, prepare yourself. If you get a plan, make a plan. How you're gonna survive. But really and truly, there's no planning. There's no planning, right? Well, speaking towards the men of the Lord, you have people out there where the purpose them where prepare themselves for certain crises with them where obviously I go come, and he mentioned it further down in the video, like about the analogy of the frog, right? If you put a frog in a pond of water, the hotter the water gets, the more the frog adjusts its body to bear it, until eventually it gets cooked. You see me? So it's basically the same thing, yo. You know what I mean? Gradually, they do things like this in gradual stages. So if you really not keep up on a and I say, oh, this minor or this insignificant, before you know it, so much things pass, so much things happen you wouldn't even believe. Yeah. What them call it? Yeah, it's called normalcy bias. You see me? Something happen, people talk about it for a while, and then everything just die down back. Everything goes back to normal. You know what I mean? But and that's why the scripture say, you know, the day I go come as a thief in the night. You see me? Because things not happen just one time, so it gradually happen. That's why the scripture say, oh, measure the time diligently. Watch each pre each event. You know what I mean? Watch everything that happens, you know, and match them back with the scriptures. That's how you measure the time diligently. Right? That's how you measure the prophecies. Right? If you know what time you're in. Alright. So yeah, as him say, you know, basically if prepare and for plan up, but as me say, as men of the Lord, you know what I mean, that's not our lot. Our lot is to basically have faith and wait on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? Because he will deliver. The scripture say the Lord's hand is not short that it cannot deliver. You see me? I'm going to read. Yeah, so this is Psalms 33 and verse 18, right? And it says, hold on. Right, this is verse 18. It says, behold, the eye of Yahweh, right, is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy, to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine. You know what I mean? So we don't need to start a farm, right? Not saying that there's anything wrong with farming, you know what I mean? But don't have it in the back of your mind, say, yo, look, may I do this to survive the winter, may I do this to survive the chaos where I come. No, that there is nothing we can do for ensure, there's nothing carnally that we can do for ensure a safe passage, basically. You know what I mean? There's nothing at all that we can do except wait upon Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Trust in the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and he will deliver. Right? That's basically how it go. Seeing, but hey, these men know things, these men see things, because from coming at the truth, brothers been, you know, I talk about Dabu, you know, brothers been a listen Dabu, right? This man, you see me? But at the end of the day, the only thing that they're missing is the spirit. They know things. Right? They have a lot of men out there that know things, but they just don't have the spirit with it. You know what I mean? As Thanos say, perfectly balanced. You know what I mean? So there isn't a perfect balance with what they're doing, even though they know certain things will happen. You know what I mean? But they don't have the spirit to match it back with, if you know actually what exactly to do when the time comes. Yeah? So again,
spike in inflation,
the video
would go away, and that the global supply chain crisis would be resolved. The U.S. economy would be booming.
Right, and as he mentioned before that you know, the optimists, them come out and them say, oh, by the end of 2021 everything is gonna be better. But the plan was never the plan for anything get better by the end of 2021, right? Because there's still so much things that needs to get done. You see me? For this, remember, you know, this is the first. These are really the first and the biggest step that Esau has taken towards his new world order, towards his agenda. This C-19, right, are the biggest step they ever take. right? So them are gonna ride it out all the way to the end. You know what I mean? Whether that means them are gonna actually ride it all the way to them new system, or them just gonna ride it for the time being, get as much as them can get out of it, as much legislations, rules and everything, you know what I mean, and then them clutch until them ready for bringing them next phase, you know what I mean. But hey, based on the spirit, based on what the apostles them say, oh, this it look like them can actually just ride this all the way, to the end. Is me? And it as I can see, it does actually have that potential. There is that potential. You know what I mean? And all them have to do is just get rid of the rebels them. The conspiracy theorists. You see me? Because really and truly, majority of the world already fall into the trap. Majority of the world already are fall in line. You see me? It's just to get rid of the ones them where cause problem,
Of course, the truth is, none of that happened. In fact, overall conditions are even worse than they were 6 months ago. Now we're on the doorstep of 2022, and it seems like everyone out there is finding anything positive to say, well, has fled their mouth. They can't seem to say anything now
because really and truly, a lot of the people, a lot of the optimists, as him say, we have say, oh, things are gonna get better, build back better, and all of them things. That majority of them are part of the agenda, yeah. You know what I mean? But all of these prosperous talks that they were pushing, you see me? Where is it? You know what I mean? Right now, the man tell us, so like, yeah. Right, yeah, so right now the man tell us, the on-job need to get job because so them can protect themselves, but at the same time, the ones them who are jobbed actually contract the new so-called new variant, you know what I mean? When I really listen to the when I really listen to the line of reason, it really makes no sense. And you really have to wonder how people run with this thing. You see me? You really have to wonder how people run with this. You know what I mean? But as the scripture says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. Yeah? As a matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and get that right now. But before me get that, let me just read this, because these men, their money agenda is very clear to those who can see it. This is Psalm 64 and verse 1. Yeah, start at 1. It says, hear my voice, O God, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Right? Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. And we all know who the wicked is, yo. You know what I mean? Esau, Edom, right? The so-called white race. See? It says, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, them same one again, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him, and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? You know what I mean? So these men come together. Them have them councils. You know what I mean? And everybody put them ideas on the board, right? And yeah, them just go with what really suits and them just go with what suits their agenda. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's all about pushing their evil, wicked agenda. You know what I mean? Upon the earth. See, what this? So okay, now look for a precept. I know where it is, but Can't find the book. Okay, yeah, see that. Alright, so this is Micah 2:1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. You know what I mean? That's these again, that's the Esau, Edom. You know what I mean? Them come together in them councils, right? Them Bohemian Grove meetings, them lodge link ups, you know what I mean? Them satanistic parties and all of them things, right? Them UN meetings, them General Assembly, right? What was the World Economic Forum last year? You know what I mean? Klaus Schwab. Hey, don't forget the what them call it again? World Economic Forum. The Great Reset. You know what I mean? That's what we're heading into, yo. Right? That's the new name what them give to the New World Order. You know what I mean? Hey, just like how you have sustainable development, the Great Reset is nothing different. It's basically the same thing, right? Them just make it what them call it? Yeah, the fourth industrial revolution. You know what I mean? Where it basically seems as if them are focused more on the technological side of the New World Order. You know what I mean? Right. So with that, you have a lot of cryptocurrencies that get pushed. Blockchain I get pushed more than ever. Basically the digital / cashless, society is being pushed now more than ever. You know what I mean? Under this new fourth industrial revolution, aka the Great Reset. Alright? So again it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. Right. So all these moves where you see them make all these fake news. And when I say fake news, I talk about the mainstream media. You see me? And even the fake news too, because them money actually control both sides of everything, yo. You see me? Them money are the one them will fund and push everything, right? What is now? Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. So as we said before, in terms of survival, yo, and we're not gonna go out there and build huts and bunkers and do a bag of combat training and all of that. You see me? Because at the end of the day, none of that now go save we, right? And if we survive and believe say our that save we, then we miss the point entirely, right? There's nothing we can do of ourselves. This what we're heading into, right? What we're heading into, you know what I mean? After we humble ourselves, yo, and know say yo, there's nothing we can do to save ourselves except call upon the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Him are the one we are gonna deliver way out of this, right? Yo, we could have got trained with the Navy SEALs. We could have got trained with Batman. You know what I mean? That cannot save we, right? Faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, believing that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai will cover us and guide us, right? And fight for us. That's what's gonna help us, yo, right? Knowledge of the scriptures, knowledge of the prophecies. As once you have knowledge of the prophecies, you will know exactly what's gonna happen, right? And ultimately believing in Yahweh, knowing that once you believe in Yahweh Shemel Shai, call upon him, then he's gonna help you, right? It's just that we just need to prepare our mind and know, say, oh, look, the times that we're heading in, a whole bunch of shit gonna take place, yo. You see me? a whole bunch of shit gonna take place, and none of us will not escape it. We all have to pass underneath that. You see me? The elect shall be saved, you know what I mean? But guess what? That does not mean say, yo, look, them not have to go through the tribulation and the trial as well. Right? It's called the time of Jacob's trouble for a reason, yo. All Jacob gonna go through it. You see me? So this is Isaiah 33 and verse 6. It says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. And by wisdom and knowledge, it's talking about the scriptures, yo. Having the knowledge and understanding of the prophecies, especially. You see me? Because not a man can have knowledge of so many things, you know. A man can be wise in so many things. As the scripture say, Israel wise to do evil. You know what I mean? But that's not the wisdom that the scripture refer to. You know what I mean? What them on the name? The Black Unconscious group. Them on the wise in the whole black identity thing. Egyptologists, them wise in them Egyptology. You know what I mean? But that's not the wisdom that the scripture is referring to. You see me? It talk about wisdom and knowledge of the wisdom of the knowledge of the scriptures, you know, the spirit, the prophecies, you know what I mean, the histories even, right? Because the history links directly with future prophecies as well. You know what I mean? Alright, so finishing up, it says, stability of thy times and strength of salvation, the fear of Yahweh is his treasure. Right? I think we have our next one right about there. So alright. Hold on. Yeah, so this now is Isaiah 35, right? I'm gonna read verse 3. You know what I mean? Because, you know, lessons like these, you know, we need to actually, you know, go into, you know, what do you call it? Lessons, what's the word? Exhortation, right? You know, hey, we need the exhortations, yo. You know what I mean? We need the exhortations so that we know, say, oh, look, the times that we are heading in is very serious, yo. You know what I mean? It's not a time for gallivant and, you know, and this go for all of it. You know what I mean? Myself included. You know what I mean? It's really not the time for certain things. You see me? So as much as we can cut some booms and just, you know, take time, just drop certain things, you know what I mean, and focus on the journey ahead. You see me? Hey, you know, when you're on a journey, you know, you're on a journey and you reach a certain time where, you know, you have to stop and, you know, make camp, right? You know, rest up a little, you know, just, you know, take it easy a little, but now the time for pack up camp, you know what I mean? Now the time for roll up back your tent, you see me? And continue the journey, trod on, right? And really, you know, the journey will get a little more hectic from here. Seeing, but it's really just faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you see me? Really I got carried through the rest of the journey. You know what I mean? Through the hard parts of the journey, yo. The rugged terrain. Yeah. Alright, so let me just read this and finish up. Alright, so this is Isaiah 35 and 3. It says, strengthen ye the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees. say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not, behold, your God will come with vengeance, and even God with a recompense, he will come and save you. Alright? So okay. Right, so yeah, now the time for strengthen up ourselves, strengthen up ourselves. When I really sit down and think, hey, some scary things are gonna take place, and we definitely need that covering from Yahweh Shem Yahushai in order to even make it quarter of the way, You see me? We definitely need Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You see me? But hey, if you not believe in him or even have faith in him, say, oh, him a go deliver, then yeah, that's bad. It's bad on you. You see me? You're not gonna get it. You see me? You're gonna just end up have to suffer, But yeah, hopefully this lesson was edifying. Now I'm gonna play the entire clip. It's very short still, but now I'm gonna play the entire thing, just for the interest of time. So basically, let me just wrap it up, and I will just leave the link to the video in the description of the upload. Alright, so hopefully again this was edifying. I want to say Kalalali Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakodash, the blessed to the apostles of Graven Stone. Shalom to the Akim who have pushed this word in sincerity and truth, and also to the men Akim and Akwath and children who call upon the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Shalom.